Okay, if you already worked on the case study and hopefully also already completed this first exercise, you can now keep watching because we will discuss the target audience and the main marketing channels here. If you haven't done it or don't want to do it, that's also fine. You can also watch this here, but it really makes sense to try it by yourself first and then see what an example answer could be. Again, this is not the perfect answer. There is no perfect answer in marketing. There's always some ideas you can do and just try, especially because this is just a random example. It's obviously a bit hard to get the target group analysis right and also to know what we could do marketing wise, because it actually doesn't exist. And if it would exist, we could just check in Shopify what our target group looks like. Okay, so we imagined to have a small e-commerce store called Healthy Paws. Here, Healthy Paws. I will make this a bit bigger. That sells organic dog food and sustainable dog toys online. The company is new and wants to increase traffic, conversions, and long-term customer loyalty, which is obviously what every brand wants. For the target group analysis, I said that the age is probably around 20 to 35. This is quite huge, I have to say, quite a big audience, but it would fit this typical dog owner age. Like, we don't want to have kids yet, but let's try it with a dog to see if we could do kids. This relationship type, but also just younger people who don't want to feel lonely, and also people who already have money to buy stuff. Nobody with 12, 13, 14 buys dog toys. And with this age, we can then also check the channels, because this is a rather younger audience. So it probably doesn't make too much sense to use a lot of Facebook here or some other more classic channels. So this is a young audience. That is enough for us to know. Since it's Healthy Paws and we set up the e-commerce store in my head more for women, this is mostly female and obviously pet owners. That's all we know for now. They're tech savvy, so they know how to work with tech, and they even shop via Instagram and Google. So by knowing that, and also maybe TikTok, we should think about getting a TikTok store, an Instagram store, and also maybe run ads on Google. So by just knowing what our target audience uses, device-wise, but also social media-wise, and what they want to know, what topics they're interested in, we can easily decide on their marketing channels. Values are sustainable, pet health, and convenience, because this is a healthy brand, so obviously sustainability and pet health should have a focus. This is something we can decide, because obviously we only want to market to people who understand our values. Marketing channels. I have search engine optimization first. That is a must for our web shop. Otherwise, nobody can find us on Google. So a blog post could be top 10 healthy snacks for dogs. But there is no thinking needed for now. It's just that, yes, we need search engine optimization. We need to write blog posts, but this is a rather different topic. I just wanted to let you know that search engine optimization is always a channel we need to work on. Social media marketing, since people are very aware of shopping via social media, we should do Instagram and TikTok ads, but also a shop there so that people can see our products and maybe even consider buying them straight through their social media app. If not, that's also fine, but it's a touch point to increase the awareness of our brand. And then we can also do more content simply organically by posting funny videos, posting some reviews and whatnot in our organic social media feed. So these two should be the social media platforms we are going to use. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to use X, Reddit, Facebook, I don't know, Clubhouse, Pinterest, all of them for now. Maybe Pinterest would make sense, but let's start with the more famous ones just to gain awareness. Email marketing. This is a must because a lot of revenue comes from email marketing, especially when you have a 10% discount for first buyers. So you can set up an welcome email sequence on your website, link that with maybe Klaviyo or MailChimp. These are two very famous email program platforms which are for free in the beginning. For more advanced or bigger audiences, it's paid, but this really pays off. In every company I worked so far, email marketing was the biggest revenue bringer together with Google Ads. So good Google Ads and good email marketing could already make about 90% of your paid revenue. Then paid ads next to SEO. We want to really rank on Google. Google is the most important one. There is Bing, there is Yahoo, there is a lot of different search engines, but actually Google is the only one we want to rank for now, and also ChatGPT or other AI platforms. But if you rank on Google, you will also get easily ranked on these AI platforms. So Google Ads for keywords like healthy dog food online, which goes hand in hand with obviously the social media ads. You should invest more here than here, at least in our example. Content marketing like guides, how to switch your dog to organic food safety. This is, or it could be a blog article, it can be an Instagram video, it can be content in the email marketing newsletter, and so on and so on. But you really also have to look for the most frequently asked questions just to cover them in order to gain more awareness. Because if people look for that, they maybe want to buy a safety food ingredient for their dog. And this is a bit more advanced, but I just put it here, affiliate marketing. So this is quite easy to install with Shopify. I'm not too aware with other blog platforms or e-commerce websites like WordPress with WooCommerce or Wix. I don't know how that works in specific there, but you can offer maybe 10% revenue for affiliates. So whenever someone promotes your product with a specialized, personalized link for this person, they get 10% of the revenue, which is only a good thing if you have a product that makes a lot of profit. If your profit span compared to your revenue is anyway low, so if you don't make a lot of money off your products, then this is maybe not the way to go. But if you want people to help you promoting your product, then this is maybe an advanced step. But these are musts. This is advanced, but it works. We had a lot of experience with that also in the past, but obviously it's a bit more advanced and your brand should be well known to get more affiliates in easily. Okay, this is one of many, many answers for the first part of this case study. Let's now move on to the second part and talk about the customer journey.